Hi friends, in our time together today, I'm introducing the slide, Going to the Well for Water, also known by a wide variety of other names, and the Kaiser slide is another very popular name for this tune. We'll follow the usual pattern. I'll walk us, it has an A part and a B part, and I'll walk us through each of those, and then I'll share the play along with Scott section where I play through the entire tune without ornamentation or expression at a moderate pace for us. Then we'll chat about any difficulties I think you might experience. I'll share a few ornamentation and expression ideas, and in a couple of days I'll share a practice session to see how I'm coming along with the tune. Remember, I'm normally a few steps ahead. And after that, we'll talk about the history of the tune. And I'll include a link at the very top of the notes to this video to the page on my website from which you could download the music and tabs for this really fun slide. And for today's intro, I'm using the Goldfinch low D, and I have the two-piece Goldfinch. And I'll put a link in the notes to the video as to where you could get a Goldfinch if you'd like. So, let's jump right in. Let me walk us through, I'll stand so you can see my hands. I'll walk us through the A part, one phrase at a time. Move my stool there. And that is the end of the first ending that takes you back into the A part. Now, the second time you play through the A part, you're going to end it. The first bit's going to be very similar. But you're then going to step up a little bit. Okay, here's the B part. And then the first ending. Then you walk back into the B part. And then to close the tune down, the second ending would be. And that assumes that you're playing the tune as a piece by itself without going through it like in a set in sequencing. I want to talk just a moment about the transcription. On most of the traditional tune websites, you're going to see a wide range of ways to play this tune. They're all quite similar, but a little different. Some of them I feel like are adding in, they've captured some ornamentation styles. A slide has a lot of long, short triplet combos in it. And I tried to find a transcription that represented that from a cleaner version. I've listened to tons of folks playing it. You're going to find it a wide variety of ways. If you're going to play with other people, they're probably playing it a little differently. You go down the street, you play it with somebody else, and they're playing it a little differently. So that's why I like to try and find the core of the tune. It will at least be recognizable, but this seems to me a pretty clean core of the tune. We'll see. Anyway, here's the play along with Scott section. I'll play through the entire tune, including the repeats. All right. Pull my stool back in. So that is the entire tune. It sticks in your brain, I think. I think it's a lot of fun to let it just flow. So that's pretty cool. Let's think through some difficulties I think you might experience. You've got the octave jumps. Well, so you've got to get that. So learn your varying breath pressure between those. Because if you're keeping the same breath pressure as I just did there, you might not get the note. So you've got to learn that for an octave jump. And then do that. As I play that, I realize another challenge associated with this tune is slides aren't like Go to the Races, but they're also not slow. So you're thinking of a final target pace of, it'd help if I use the right notes, right? That may be even a smidge fast, but you don't need to go any faster than that. And if the best you can play is tons slower than that, play as you can. I haven't pulled that line out in a while, but let's pull it out right now. Play as you can, not as you can't. You will get better by not getting exasperated with yourself and just diving in and playing. But it is a quick tune. And another difficulty in the B part, that next bit, and I know a lot of guidance in the tradition is you've got those repeated notes. You're going to do some kind of ornament, like just a quick tap, roll, cut, something. I heard so many people doing a quick tongue on those because of the nature of the bounce in that phrase. So one way to pull that off is instead of feeling, and do a lighter tongue instead of doing a really sharp one each one. So that if you do a light tongue on the G, you do a bounce to that first B, and then you do a light tongue on the second B. That doesn't feel like your tongue's having to just fly around. If you choose to do that, rather than use another ornament in that moment. So that's fun. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to share one of my practice sessions in a couple of days because I've got to practice it too. And when I share a practice session, I do that to give you a sense of the feel and the flow of how to play a tune. All right, so let's think about the history of this tune. I'm thinking about the history of the tune. I'm thinking, I wish I knew who wrote it. I wish I knew where it was written. I wish I knew when it was written. I wish I knew what inspired it to be written. You know, a lot of tunes, interestingly, represent the normal flow of life, especially traditional tunes. And from everything I've read and found, people guess and think that this tune isn't about any special time of going to the well for water, if that's even the original name, right? It's just about life. It's about the fun of life. It's about the routine of life. It's about adding some bounciness and fun. It's a dance tune, though. And so it's not really a story tune. It's a tune that people dance to. And so we don't know who wrote it, where they were, why they wrote it, when they wrote it. However, the other thing I wish, we know this is really popular And we know it has been popular for a long time. It's an older traditional tune. And since it has so many names and has certain characteristics in different places, that means it has over time traveled from one place to another. I wish we had like historic maps of, oh yeah, this tune started here at this date, this time, and then it spread these places and it changed into this when it got there. These tunes are living entities in and of themselves, and they change as they travel. And that's a lot of fun. So the history of the tune is, I wish we knew. If you know something specific and verifiable, please stick notes in the comments. Great, fun tune. I'm loving this tune, and I hope you do. If this is helpful, friends, please like the video. If you're brand new and just checking us out because of the video, please subscribe and join our really fun community of folks learning to play the whistle together. Until next time, this is Scott Shade. Happy whistling, friends.